Your provincial association had a very busy year in 2016, filled with great achievements, a few challenges, and some big changes.
Well, that's right, Ray. And the dedicated volunteers in our committees and task forces worked hard to help OREA achieve its mission and goals.
I think we should highlight a few of the major happenings from last year, but before we get to that, we'd like to talk about one of the biggest changes that took place at OREA last year.
We hired a new CEO, Tim Hudak. For most of you, Tim needs no introduction thanks to his 21 years of service in politics.
And as many of you have recently had the opportunity to meet with Tim and discuss local issues with him during his whirlwind tour around the province over the last few months of 2016.
We are so pleased to have him on board to help steer us through some of the challenges facing our industry and our association. Welcome, Tim.
Now, let's take a closer look at some of last year's major accomplishments. The pace of change in the real estate industry today is unprecedented, forcing us to face a wide range of issues. Recognizing this, we embarked upon a comprehensive review of our current governance practices. To support this process, OREA retained Watson Advisors, Inc., a leading governance consulting firm, to conduct a thorough review of all aspects of our governance processes. Throughout the review process, local boards, individual members, and various stakeholders had the opportunity to provide input. The Governance Committee's recommendations were presented to the board in December, and the board's approved recommendations were shared with members at Governance Day. This day was added to the OREA conference program to ensure members had an opportunity to discuss the recommended governance changes. We believe the results of this process will be a brighter future for OREA and its members.
As realtors, we see home ownership as the achievement of the Canadian dream. Government doesn't always see it that way. There is no better example of this trend and the Ontario government's proposal to create a home energy rating and disclosure, or HERD, program. This program would require a seller to conduct an energy audit before they post their property on an MLS listing service, and then post the results on the listing. As realtors, we are not opposed to energy audits, but we are opposed to any program that mandates an audit at the time of listing. OREA has been invited to co-chair a Ministry of Energy working group on HERD, and we are making efforts to ensure that any system that is brought forward does not regulate MLS, does not unfairly target realtors, does not hurt the housing market, and protects consumers from unscrupulous auditors. We expect the province to introduce legislation on HERD in the fall of 2017. Stay tuned for more updates on this issue in the months ahead. Going forward, Ontario realtors are ready to take action to protect Ontario homeowners from a harmful HERD program.
Another issue near and dear to realtors' hearts is affordability for first-time homebuyers, because we all know that home ownership is becoming more expensive for young families. Thanks to your association's efforts, the Government of Ontario committed to doubling the land transfer tax rebate for first-time homebuyers from $2,000 to $4,000, providing over $100 million of tax relief for young families. This change means that first-time buyers are exempt from paying any tax on the first $368,000 of a home's purchase price. It means young families will have more money for closing costs, their down payment, or to put towards their new home. Here's Diane Tully, a broker with Bose & Cox Limited Real Estate Brokerage in Peterborough and president of the Peterborough and the Kawarthas Association of Realtors, to tell us what the increased LTT rebate means to her clients.
Oh my gosh, this is just a tremendous opportunity for the young kids that are buying in today's crazy market. It allows them, it's $4,000 that they don't have to come up with on closing. It is money that can go towards perhaps some upgrades that they might be looking to do, some new appliances, maybe something happened in the home inspection that they know that they have to budget for, like, so, for example, a roof or something, or just frees them up that they can get out of the renting market and into today's marketplace.
From considering a $1 billion MLTT tax increase just over 1 year ago to providing a $100 million tax cut for first-time buyers, realtors have won 2 huge victories for home ownership in our province. We should be proud of that, and like a good stakeholder, we should acknowledge the government for cutting taxes for first-time buyers, which is why we launched firsthomerebate.ca and partnered with MPPs across the province to promote the new rebate to local first-time buyers.
From housing affordability to HERD, our members and consumers are under pressure. Faced with this challenge, we could retreat. But I have never known realtors to be afraid of any challenge. We could maintain the status quo, but that wouldn't strengthen the realtor voice. Or we could leverage our most valuable asset, which is you, our members. And to that end, in the coming months, OREA will be announcing the creation of a new government relations program, a program that will help make Ontario Realtors the top-tier advocacy group in our province. We'll have more to say about this new initiative very soon, but let me leave you with this. The world around us is changing, and our members and our industry are under pressure. But OREA is ready. Ready not only to keep the realtor voice strong, but to make it stronger.
An association needs strong volunteer leaders in order to effectively meet the needs of its membership. Thanks to an award-winning leadership training program developed by OREA's Centre for Leadership Development, OREA has some of the best volunteer leaders in the country. But don't take my word for it. Here's Tim Sirianos, broker-owner, RE/MAX Ultimate Realty Inc., and president-elect of the Toronto Real Estate Board, to tell you what he thinks about OREA's leadership training program.
My favorite part of the leadership program was the media training and the conflict resolution, the opportunity to be amongst other president-elects, role-playing, having tough questions. The modules was a fantastic opportunity to be part of.
No more on-the-job training is the motto for OREA's leadership program, which takes a committee to board of directors table approach to training volunteers with various levels of experience. Courses range from Leadership 100, which is an introduction to being a volunteer leader, all the way up to Leadership 402, which prepares volunteers for senior leadership roles in organized real estate. What started as a province-wide training initiative has now gone national and international, resulting in a source of non-dues revenue. These revenues have supported enhanced leadership development offerings that appeal to the changing demographics of our membership. We are extremely proud of OREA's leadership program and will continue to ensure our volunteer leaders are equipped to effectively hit the ground running as they take on important roles within our boards and associations.
OREA's media relations campaign plays an integral role in getting the realtor value message out to consumers via print, broadcast, and online media. In 2016, OREA developed targeted news stories specifically for community newspapers and online news outlets, which generated big results. We also tried radio this year. President Ray Ferris co-hosted 9 Ask the Expert shows with Ian Grant. In total, these shows generated over 3 million impressions. To remind media and consumers that realtors do more than help buy and sell houses, OREA generated coverage of the Realtor Motorcycle Ride in a number of local community newspapers and broadcast outlets. Another big highlight has been all the positive media coverage OREA has received from its Ontario Homeownership Index. The index results have been reported on by major news outlets, reinforcing OREA and its members as real estate industry experts. The media relations efforts do not stop there. OREA has successfully conveyed the industry's position on a number of important issues in hundreds of print, online, and broadcast news stories. Last but not least, OREA's aggressive and successful MLTT campaign was recognized twice in 2016 by the Canadian Public Relations Society, who awarded OREA both a gold and a bronze award. Media coverage momentum has also increased significantly since the arrival of our new CEO. And our goal is to continue to increase our visibility in the media and help raise the profile of OREA's work and the work of all our members.
The Realtor Value Advertising campaign that initially launched in the fall of 2013 continues to be received positively by both consumers and members. The recent fall 2016 campaign concentrated on digital and social media platforms instead of traditional mediums such as television or print advertising. This new phase of the Realtors We Do the Homework campaign builds on the core strategy of the value a realtor delivers to home buyers and sellers. We also updated the highly popular Realtors We Do the Homework toolbox to help real estate boards and associations to create their own local campaigns. Here's Janice Myers, Chief Executive Officer of the Ottawa Real Estate Board, to tell us how her board used the toolbox.
Last year, when we were putting together our Realtor Value campaign, we thought, why reinvent the wheel? So we contacted OREA to use their Realtors We Do the Homework toolbox. The ads within the toolbox were a perfect fit for us, and the OREA marketing team was extremely helpful. They even helped us out with working the creative to suit our venue, the Canadian Tire Centre, home of our Ottawa Senators. Go Sens, go! Thank you, OREA, for creating such a great toolbox for member boards to use.
The expanded Toolbox 4.0 includes not only traditional ad materials, but also social media, online display ads, and online video. The new phase of the campaign, which ran from September to the end of November, featured a number of new enhancements, including a video series about the buying and selling experience titled Inside the Mind of a Realtor. Here's the one on selling a home.
Do you think we'll get a good price for our home?
I think you're going to see a lot of interest in this property.
These videos were a huge hit on Facebook, where they generated thousands of views, impressions, likes, and shares. Our members have continued to tell us that promoting Realtor Value is a leading priority for us as an association. That is why the promotion of Realtor Value has remained an important part of OREA's strategic plan for the past many years.
OREA's member engagement team continued to create opportunities to engage with members through its Emerge conferences. After 4 consecutive years, our Emerge events are more popular than ever. Demand by individual boards to host these events has grown. In 2016, OREA partnered with the Toronto and Ottawa real estate boards to hold the first ever commercial Emerge events. The theme was Prepare Yourself for Success. Teamwork between our member engagement staff and boards was excellent. Ideas and resources were pooled to bring the best possible information and speakers to the members.
The OREA YPN is growing strong with more than 1,600 members, a new logo, and a new tagline. The YPN serves the realtor community by providing opportunities to network and learn from an innovative group of realtors who are helping to reimagine what's possible in real estate. To stay up to date on industry news and information, and to find out more about the realtor community and opportunities to get involved. The YPN committee created a new PowerPoint resource for local boards with up-to-date industry information and documented benefits to assist them with starting or growing their own YPNs. YPN's social engagement is currently at an all-time high this year, and committee members created a buzz on social media via the YPN blog, OREA's first user-run blog. Look for YPN's online presence to continue growing as the Facebook group becomes a more active hub for networking and information.
And last but definitely not least, demand for OREA Standard Forums outreach program continued to grow, with OREA offering 9 new webinars and 9 new tutorials in 2016. Believe it or not, OREA members logged an impressive 33 days, 10 hours, and 28 minutes watching the webinar and tutorial videos online. This is one of OREA's most popular outreach programs, and OREA will continue to deliver high-quality, standard forms training to all of our members.
We are very proud of the accomplishments of the Ontario Real Estate Association this past year.
And we are sure you are as well.
So, Ettore, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and dig into 2017?
You bet, Ray. I'm looking forward to helping OREA sow the seeds for success this year.
Enjoy the conference, everyone.